welcome. My name is Dylan J. Walker, and today I'm going to be doing part 2 of how to create a basic endless runner. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you go back and watch that. It'll be linked in the description. So today we're going to be doing player movement, as well as creating our player, some collisions on the ground, and deleting blocks that we've already passed. You'll notice there's a difference from last time, which is just that we have one block now. You need to go ahead and delete all the blocks in the scene besides one, and then come down into your prefabs folder and you'll see they're still here, and you just want to delete them all from here as well. The reason why we're doing this is because they all had slightly different centers, and that was going to make them spawn in at different heights, and then that was going to cause problems with our collisions. So we need to start again with one, and then just copy this one 5 times, because that way they'll all have the exact same center, because there's only one that they're being created from, unlike last time where we added all the centers afterwards. So now they all have the same center. So once you've done that, you're going to have to drag them all back down from your hierarchy into your prefabs. And then one other change you'll see is that there's a thing here called block spawner, which is just our block spawner in our hierarchy. But I went up to here where instead of this blue thing, you'll have a little box. Click on that and just choose any of these, and then that will make it visible in the scene. So yeah, once we've done that, we need to drag all of our blocks back into our block spawner. Oops. And then we're ready to get started. So just to begin with, we'll put in the colliders to the ground. We shouldn't have done all that, because that means we're going to have to put all the colliders on individually. If you want to, you could just delete all of these and then put the collider on one of them and copy them all over again, but I'm just going to do it like this, seeing we need to change all of these anyway. So come over to the first one, and you want to grab the bottom middle one, and we want to go add component, 2D physics, box collider, and then we want to change the Y to the height of the box, which I think is 14, yeah, 14, and then this to the width of the entire box, the entire, what do we call them? Block, yeah. And then you need to apply that, and then we have one ground area. We'll also need to add a tag, which will be used in the script, so you need to go add tag, plus, change this to ground, oops, ground with a capital G, and then come back over to our block, make sure you clicked on that, and change the tag to ground. We could add a box collider to each of these little blocks, but then we would have just had a heap of colliders for no reason, and that could just cause problems and lag. So now that we've done that, we'll click apply again. We have the ground, and then we need to come over and do the same with the second one. So come down to the bottom block, box collider, 14 like the last one, and then 6, 7 like the last one. Again, ground, and apply. And then we'll also make the difference. So we'll move that down, move this down, that across, that up, and then apply. Yeah, and then so we'll just do it to the other 3. I'll just fast forward this part, and you can just do what we did to the last 2. So. Okay, so now that we have all of them, let's get started on some scripts. First, I guess we'll create the player. So we'll just go game object 2D sprite, just move it up to here because this is where our game's actually going to be played. Again, we'll just use the default sprite. There we go. And we'll change its scale to like 5. Oops. Yeah, that looks alright. I'll put that back to 0. Actually, is that a bit big? Yeah, I'll go for 4. And then let's just change its color. So let's change the color of the background because I don't really like that color. White, black, white. So now I've got that. We'll need to add a script. So come down to, well, click on the player, add component, new script. And we'll just call the script player. And then if we come to our assets, when Unity lets me, we'll say players in the wrong spot, so just drag that to scripts. When we're here, we'll also make a new folder. And just call it scenes. And just drag our scene into there. Okay, so now let's go to scripts and open up player. So here we are in our player script. So again, we'll drop our brackets. And then let's get started. So the player is not going to be able to control its movement. It will just be going always in one direction, and then we can have that speed increasing if we want to later on. So we'll just start off by putting in some variables. So we're going to need a public int, which will be a power, which will just control the speed of our character. And then we're going to need another public int, which will be our jump height. And this is going to obviously control the height of our jump. All these numbers we'll just put in here for now, and then we can play around from the inspector and get them where we want. Then we're also going to need a public bool, which will be is falling, and that will be equal to false, and that will just be to check if we're in the air, because if we're in the air we obviously won't be able to jump. And then a public game object. Actually, we won't need that public game object. No. So yeah, now we have our variables. Let's get started with the actual script. We'll start by this one. We'll start by first let's just make the character be moving right constantly. So let's just get component rigid body 2D brackets add force, and then vector 2 dot right, because we want it to go right, times power. So what this line says is that we're getting the rigid body from the character, because this is what the script is attached to, and then we're going to add force in the direction of right with the value of our power. So if we just save that with Control S, and then come over to our game, wait for it to build, come over to our player just to make sure it's all there. Yep. We need to add a rigid body to our player. Physics, rigid body. We're also going to need to add a box collider. Actually, we use a circle collider, just because then we won't have any issues at all with collisions. Let's just change the radius. That's better. And then let's see how that plays. We won't have any control at the moment, but player moves incredibly fast. So let's change his weight. Let's have a weight of 10. Make this like 0.5 to see what that's like. And we give it a fixed angle. That's probably going to still be a bit quick. Let's put it down to like 60, and yeah, let's see what that's like. And play it as false. Did he collide though? We need to come to the sprite renderer, and in the order in layer, we want to just change that to like 5. And what this does is it makes it so if you have it at a value of 0, it'll be at the back. If you have it at a value of 1, it'll be in front of that. If a value of 2, it'll be in front of whatever is behind, like it'll be in front of 1 and 2, and so on. So now let's just see if the collisions are working. It won't be, we don't have any collision yet. Oh wait, we do. It's a very basic collision though. We are going to change the collision because, as you'll see at the moment, we don't have anything to say we can jump. So once we hit the ground, we can't jump. So let's just come back into the script and continue. Let's add our jump, obviously. So under that, in the update function, we just want to have our if statement, which would be if input, input dot get key code in brackets, space or W, whatever you want jump to be. You can go space, and then is falling. Is falling is equal to false. And then we want our brackets for our if statement. And then in here we want to use get component again, rigid body, 3D. Oops. Whoops. That's silly. And then we want to be adding force again. Vector 2 dot up. And then this time we want to times it by our jump. Why isn't it showing jump height? But yeah, by jump height. And that's right, because we don't have that in brackets. So just put that in brackets. And then after we jump, we want to set is falling as true, because obviously we're off the ground. And then we need some way of setting is falling back to false so we can jump again. So under our update statement, in our update void, we just want to add a new void, which will be void on collision stay 2D. And then it's going to be using a collision 2D called col. And then give it its brackets. And then in here we need to have a if statement, which will be if col dot game object dot tag is equal to round, which is the tag we set before on all the ground, then falling is equal to false. So what this says is if the player's collider is equal to the collider with the tag ground, then falling equals false. So if we hit the ground, you can jump. So let's just save all that and see how that's working. I didn't compile. Yeah, we got a glitch. Let's see what it is. Add force takes 0 arguments. Let's have a look at add force. There's a problem. We have brackets here because I'm silly and I was meant to put this in this brackets, but I put it after it. So take them out and save it, and then come back and it should be fine. So let's see how that's going. You can move. Wait. Let's also just quickly set the camera to the player so we can actually see what the player's doing. So we'll just put the camera like there, and then we'll just close all these blocks. And then drag the camera into the player. And then when we're here, we'll also just name this player. Just so it's a little bit easier to understand. And it's not block that we want in there. It is camera. Okay, so now if we press play, the camera will follow the player. So let's test our jump. Okay, what happened then? It wasn't spawning, was it? Let's have a look. Was it? Yes it is. Okay. So what's wrong with the camera? Well, you can see we have a jump. But what is going on? Let's just have a look at the camera. If you press 2, you go into a 3D view. Why is the camera doing that? Let's just have a look at this. What's going on? If I do that, maybe that will work? Maybe? Yeah. So jump is working, but then we can't jump again. So let's come over to the player. And is falling, hasn't been. Okay, so we need to work out why it hasn't been triggered. Let's have a quick look. Press 2 again to go back. Come down here. They've all got tagged and they've all been applied. One of them has been deleted and I don't know why. What has happened there? That's weird. Let's just go here. It's still here, so let's just drag it back. Don't know why that happened. Let's just play it again and see what happens. Again, we'll click on the player. Why is it doing this? The block spawner. For some reason, one of them is missing. So let's just all attach them again. And then, fingers crossed this works. It appears to be. The jump still isn't working properly, but I think we have that working. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think that was just because one got deleted and we had set these of the ones in the scene instead of the ones down here, so it kind of got a little bit messed up. So let's have a look at why our jump isn't working. So back into our player script, and if call game object. It could be that we have it in the runners. No. Well, we don't need that, so we'll just get rid of that quickly. Just try and make this a little bit easier. So this if statement has its brackets, that's in there. Now that this is its own thing. This is strange. Is my spelling wrong? That is probably it. Yes, it is. The C needs to be capitalized. That was silly. Okay, sorry about that. So come back in, add a compile, press play, and hopefully our jump should be working. Jump, 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 jump. Yay, we have jumps. So it's not really big enough, so let's come in, change this value, test that out. That's a bit more like it. As you can see, you start off slow and then you build up speed. I like that. I don't know if you do. You can change it if you want. And as you can see, the jump at the moment is a little bit too long, so you wouldn't actually be able to make a lot of these jumps once we get the enemy collisions in, or the red block collisions in, which we'll be doing in the next video. But yeah, that's perfectly fine for now. If you want to tweak any of that jump stuff, all you need to do is play around with all of these here. And then, yeah, cool. So now that we've got that going, let's start deleting the blocks that we've already spawned, because if we press play again, as you'll see, the world's being spawned, it's being spawned, and as the player moves, it's just going really slow. I think I might even make that speed a little bit higher. That's being a little bit weird. But as you see, the world never deletes. Yeah, what is it doing? That's being weird. We're going to have to play around with that as well. But first we'll do this. So as you can see, it's just, yeah, being spawned and spawned and spawned and spawned, and being spawned way too quickly as well. We'll also need to change. But yeah, let's have a look at that player problem. It could just be that its weight to speed is a little bit iffy. Let's just try this at 100. Give that a shot. Nope. Okay, let's go back to 6. No, let's go 65. Alright, let's try just if the linear drag at 0. It could just be a problem with the speed and the linear drag. A lot of problems came in this video. Yep, that seems to be it. And now, as you can see, we're going way too fast. We do need some linear drag, so we'll have it at 1. We'll try 0.2 and see what that's like. Pretty fast. 0.35. But yeah, like I said, you can play around with all these variables and get all this stuff how you want it. But yeah, this is perfectly fine for how we have it at the moment. So yeah, let's get that block deleting working. So if we come back down to our prefabs, and we want to add a trigger, which will be a collider, which is set to be a trigger, which means it can detect when something passes through it, and instead of actually blocking things, it will just work as an area of detection. So we're going to want it on the side that we exit out of. So because we're going in right, we're going to want to go to the middle one on the side here, and then just add a box collider. And then, like we worked out before, change this to 14, and then this to 6, 7. And then make it a trigger. So once we have that, we will do it. We'll just create a script. We won't actually do anything in the script yet. We'll just create it. Block. Delete. And then click apply. Again, come down to assets and just put block delete in scripts. And then come over to our next, in Unity starts, yeah. So come over to our next block and repeat the same process. Okay, so now we want to open up that script and start scripting. So here we are, we'll just drop our brackets down, and then let's get started. Sorry. So we're only going to need one variable this time, I'm pretty sure, and that's going to be a private float. Why you be weird? And that's going to be called wait time. And 1.0 will represent 1 second. So once we have that, in this script, I don't think we're going to need the update or the start at all. So we can just delete them, and then we'll create our own void. This will be an on trigger exit, not enter. Is it all capitalized like that? I'm pretty sure it is. That'll be 2D again, and then we're using a collider, 2D, called other, and then we give it a brackets, and in here we just want to say start coroutine, and the coroutine will be called delete, not delete block, delete. Up here, get rid of that. Brackets. So what this says is when our collider, when anything exits this trigger collider, it will run the coroutine called delete. At the moment we don't have a coroutine called delete, but let's create one. So a coroutine is an I enumerator, so we need to create an I enumerator, not enumerable, enumerator. And we're going to call this delete, like we did up there, and just give it some brackets. And then give it its brackets. Oops, that's not on that, we did bring that on. And then it will recognize it because now we have an I enumerator called delete. I'm really bad at saying that word, sorry about that. So in here we want to yield. I'm really bad at spelling. We want to yield, return, new, wait for seconds, and then in here, this is what we made our variable for, so this will be our wait time, and then semicolon on the end of the line, and then we want to destroy game object, and then semicolon. So what this says is when we exit that collider, run this thing is this, and that is to wait for this amount of time and then destroy the object. We might want to make that higher value, so we'll just go like 2 seconds is probably good, and then Control S to save and come back in. The way we have it at the moment, it's not going to be working fully. It's only going to be deleting the block that we have the collider attached to. I'll show you that just quickly. So if I come over here, when the player passes after 2.5 seconds, wait, it's not doing it. Why isn't it doing it? Let's have a look. Before we work it out, we'll just do the thing that has to be done first, which is we need to click on the block that's on, and then grab all the other ones and put it inside it. Then come back up to our block and apply to recreate it, and then do that for all the rest of them. I'm pretty sure it's 10 on all of them, so just put all of them into 10. And the reason why we're doing this is because this way, when we click, when it deletes it, instead of just deleting the one block, it will delete all the blocks within it, which is every block in that block. So just do that for all of them. Cool. So now that we have all them done, let's just save quickly. Just Control S. And then let's have a look if it's still not working. So the player's passing, and they're not deleting. So let's come to our script. So on trigger exit 2D collider other. Is all of that right? Yeah, see, this is where it always gets me, the spelling. That should be it. Oops. So let's just press play. Now they should be deleting. Yeah, they're deleting. And as you'll see, they'll only delete once the player's passed, so the deleting blocks can never catch up with the player. So yeah, I think that's about it for this part. Hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, sorry for all the problems. Next time we will be doing all of the collisions for all the things that would kill you, as well as fixing up some of the player movement and stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you've liked this video, please comment, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching.